Okay, so I've gone ahead and found a couple of cool samples. Now what I'm gonna do is kind of beef up the production of the Slayer record. It's not that I don't think that it, is well produced. I think it's a great song, but when moving the tempo from like anything, you lose a lot of like clarity in the transients, especially the drums. And I think to make something hit really hard on a big system, you need to bring some of that life back. So I've got some samples here, just like random ones that I've found, and I'm gonna kind of reimagine the drums of the original song. So I'm gonna start with the kick. Oh, and in the meantime, I also laid another clap over the one we added earlier, just to beef it up a bit. But it's the exact same pattern.
Everywhere I go, I get papers.
So you can follow the original drum pattern, or you can add some little flares in. I'm just gonna, for now, copy the original drum pattern and then see if any kind of inspiration comes to me in how the beat could change with these new samples.
Everywhere I go, I get papers. Everywhere I go, I get papers. I get papers.
And I'll mute these for the time being, just so they're not playing.
Everywhere I go, I get papers.
Instantly, I can hear there should be like a double kick here to kind of bring the beat in a bit more.
Get papers. Everywhere I go, I get papers. I'm a rock star, I could join Slayers. Got the drum in the car, that bitch a slay. Car, that bitch a slay. Bitch a slayer. Get put in the box, I'm fucking with a player. Yeah. AR in the box, came with a laser. Yeah. I go cook a up, just like I cater. Yeah. I'm fucking my diet, we made it in cable.
I'm gonna add this kick to the build-up as well.
Whole lot of mob shit. 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 Whole lot of mob shit.
Put this right here.
Whole lot of mob shit. 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 Whole lot of mob.
Now I think this vocal chop can come in sooner as well, actually.
Whole lot of mob shit. 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 Whole lot of mob shit.
Another kick right here.
Whole lot of mob shit.
I'll move it here, actually.
Whole lot of mob shit. Whole lot of mob shit.
Yeah, just to lead that drop in a bit more. Okay.
Everywhere.
And also this isn't gonna like sonically sound incredible, because you are putting drums over drums. It's more so just understanding that like you just want the record to be at a level where it doesn't sound too weak compared to whatever you were playing before. So if things are clipping a bit, if things are a bit distorted, if phasing is off and stuff for at least this part, the kind of rap part of it, it doesn't really matter too much, because also a lot of the rap records are engineered with distortion, and like Mike Dean is famous for doing. It's just no sonic clarity or stereo image at all. So don't be too concerned about trying to get this part completely polished. For the drop, yeah, I would worry more so about, but for this, it just needs to kind of keep the vibe of the original and still sound up to par in a live environment. Okay, so it's just a hi-hat loop. I think it does the job. It's nothing too crazy. It has some extra snares in there as well. The side pack is really good. Didn't pay me to say that, but I mean, that already sounds like the original drums. So we're getting somewhere. Also, something that you can do with this is to tighten it up, you know, which I don't know why, but a lot of loops have reverb on them. This one I don't really think so much, but even just to tighten it up, you can put it on Beats Transient, and down here you can select this mode and then bring the envelope down. It doesn't really do much in the grand scheme of things, but it's a good kind of technique to use, especially with loops and samples that have a ton of reverb on them. It's really good, like spacing that off and focusing just on the transients. This is just a siren sample, pretty standard, but it needs a delay of some sort, so we're gonna just do this. Far too crazy. Turn on ping pong mode as well, just to give it some, you know, stereo. Bring the feedback down. And then also, for a lot of the delays I really like to have in the high end, just so it doesn't muddy up the low end. There's definitely use cases for a lower set delay. I may have said reverb before, but I do the same thing on reverb too. But with this delay, I'm mainly focusing the filter on the high end, just, you know, to leave some room for the rest of the mid to low kind of frequencies. Bring the volume down a bit. And then I'm not too keen on the snare on the loop, so I'm just going to add a new one in over it, because why not? And then just another percussive hit to kind of seal the deal. Even try these the other way around, to be honest. You know, just, that's the good thing about like rap beats, is there's not really like a formula for it. It's just a load of dudes like getting high in a room and throwing shit at the computer. Copy and paste this over. Delete that spare one that we had. And then, yeah, add the siren a few more times whenever's necessary. Put it there again, and there and there. And then because this same section repeats after the first drum, I'm just going to copy this new drum beat we've made over to that section as well, just for consistency's sake. And also, because the original still has, you know, the low end or the sub, the 808 in it, you don't really need to add that or worry about adding that. So this is kind of what we have so far.
Everywhere I go, I get papers. Everywhere I go, I get papers. I'm a rock star, I could join Slayers. Got the drum in the car, that bitch a Slayer. Get put in the box, I'm fucking with a player.
the drop would be there, obviously. Blah, 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 blah. And then straight back into that. Might even add this little snare fill at the end of the drop just to, you know, bring the beat back in easier.
Everywhere I go, I get papers. Everywhere I go, I get papers.
Okay, so this build-up vocal needs some work.
Pull out a mob shit.
I think EQ-wise, it's okay. I'm just gonna go ahead and, you know, take some, like the usual low.
Pull out a mob shit. 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 Pull out a mob.
Any of like the more squeaky.
Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob.
Because over this part as well, there's going to be a lot of rises and drums and other elements. So anything that isn't kind of like the core of the vocal, you don't really need on it.
Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob.
And then also because of the way this is cut, there's some clicks, like I'd mentioned when we were creating the intro from the original song. Just want to smooth those out to avoid any kind of like harsh knocks when we put a limiter on the master. It's gonna sound a bit weird, but also you know, there's gonna be other elements in here, so never mind the ducking. It's just better than the snaps and the pops. And then for this we can just copy this across. Bring this back.
Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob.
Okay, that's already way smoother. I'm gonna add some reverb.
Mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit.
The same low cut that I mentioned on the delay before.
Mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob.
And then I'm also gonna automate the reverb off on this part, just because, you know, I don't want any reverb tails from that vocal leading into the drop. When the drop hits, I want it just to be like full steam ahead, like full power. I don't want there to be any of this like leftover vocal from the build-up. So
pull out a mob.
You want that to be as dry as possible.
Pull out a mob shit.
And we can actually keep that part on it.
Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit.
Okay. I think the repeating vocal gets a bit redundant at the same key, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a frequency shifter to automate the pitch. You can do it with, you know, with a pitch envelope inside the audio clips. I just find it way easier to do it with the frequency shifter. So just gonna automate the fine tune. Put a start and a stop point just so it doesn't affect anything else.
Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit.
Yeah, pretty simple. I mean, it's kind of the oldest trick in the book, to be honest, but this is how it sounds in context.
Mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob. Pull out a mob shit.
Yeah, that's sounding good. I'm also going to automate this frequency shifter on and off. I've never found that like having it on a channel all the time really affects anything, but there's definitely been cases where there's been like some weird phase issue or something from it just being on the channel and nothing changed in the parameters. So I like to only automate it on when I actually need it.
Pull out a mob shit.
Yeah.
Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob shit. Pull out a mob.
So gonna start filling out, you know, the drums on the build-up. Pretty standard break sample. Gonna quantize this just a little bit. Not so it's perfect, but so it's like, I mean, these are all like ripped from like vinyl and like old records, so that's good enough for me. And then I'm also gonna compress it just a little bit. Actually no, I'll use a saturator on hard curve. So it sounds a bit more fuller. Also the slight distortion, you know, gives it a bit of like a crisp as well. That makes it stand out. Rather than using OTT, which just, you know, ruins most things. I can already hear that in the break sample the hits are out of key, so it's that snare hit. I want it to be. I mean, it's never gonna be perfect, but just little details like that really help kind of glue everything together. Take a part here, do a little flip. You can't keep it in I don't think so. I think it sounds better when it's just kind of like abrupt stop. Okay, perfect. Now, also for this build-up kick, I'm gonna move it just this section to a new channel, and I'm gonna bring the volume down a little bit and cut some of the low end off it. Just really the only reason for that is so when the actual, you know, drop comes in, it hits just a bit harder. And also if you're playing it live, you don't have to worry about doing all the filter bullshit and everything like that. We can even automate this low end to kind of bring that rumble back in towards the end, just to add some more energy. Cut these claps out. Perfect. And also automate the gain on this just a little bit. Sweet. So, from the start.
Everywhere I go, I get papers. Everywhere I go, I get papers. I'm a rasta, I could join slayers. Got the drum in the car, that bitch a slayer. Get put in the box, I'm fucking with the players. Yeah. AR in the box, came with a laser. Yeah. I go cook a up, yeah, till I got cater. Yeah. I'm fucking my thigh, yeah, we made it in cable. Whole lot of mob shit. 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 Whole lot of mob shit.
now I'm gonna just copy and paste the same, you know, drop structure to the second, or the same build-up structure to the second build as well, just for ease of use.
Whole lot of mob shit, whole lot of mob shit, whole lot of
And this part as well.
whole lot of mob shit, whole lot of mob shit.
Perfect. Okay, now to add some transitions and kind of like a base layer of like effects and atmospheres for this. We don't really need too much right now because obviously it's like essentially just a rap song with a build up, but some of the parts could be smoothed out. So I'm just gonna dig for some samples to use. Okay, that was cool.
I fuck on my thigh, yo, we made it again. Yo, we made it again. Yo, we made it again. Whole lot of mob shit. 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 Everywhere I go, I get papers.
Turn the volume down on that one a little bit just because it's, you know, at the end of the drop, so you don't want it to be too abrasive.
Everywhere I go, I get papers.
And copy these same ones to the build again.
Whole lot of mob shit.
Okay, I think that's cool for little impacts. Let's add some more rises and stuff. These all sound like transformers. That could be cool. This could be cool. Let's try this out. Nah. I think for a riser, I'm actually just gonna make one in Serum, just super quickly. Okay, so the root note of this is C. At least that's what I'm gonna go with for the drop as well. Let me pull up Serum. Make a riser real quick. Use the absolute entire scope of the pitch bend automation in this. And just add some little points at the start and finish, and just go crazy. Again, nothing absolutely crazy or anything, it's just the most basic riser, but it's going to sound a lot better than the pre-made ones. Actually going to do a little filter sweep on this as well, just to bring it in a bit more gently. Add some reverb so it isn't too harsh. And yeah, also, again, automate the reverb on and off just at the end of the clip, so there's not really any tail on it. Okay. Another cool thing for rises is to kind of add like a little LFO towards the end of the phrase. So just gonna make an LFO thing with auto pan here. It's the easiest way to do it. I mean, you can just take it from the project file, but essentially you just automate the amount. And it needs to be nudged in a bit. Okay, hear it in context. And then turn off that annoying siren as well at the end of the phrase for the drop. Perfect. And then also I'm going to add just throughout the track little white noise rises that I'm going to make with analog. Super simple. You just load up analog, turn off the filter, turn on the noise oscillator, turn off oscillator 1 and 2. You can do this with Serum as well. I just really like analog. It's super basic, super easy. And not too heavy on the CPU either. My computer is pretty good at handling crazy shit, but if yours isn't, then I don't want to ruin it for just a white noise riser. Okay, so we're gonna automate kind of the same thing as before, just automate the EQ acting as a filter. I prefer using it as a filter. I feel like auto filter kind of colors things sometimes, and it's not really like a pure sound. It's probably all placebo, but this is just the way I've done it for years. So. Cut some low end out. And you can also check the volume. I like to do it against like the drums or like a percussion loop that I've got, just to make sure everything sounds kind of glued together. That sounds good. Could even bring over the LFO auto pan onto the white noise as well. Not too much though, because it does sound like a shaker. I still want it to have that kind of consistent sound to it. Okay. Let's copy these over to the second build-up as well. And hear how it sounds all together. Sweet. And then just throughout the track, I'm just gonna, make some little transitions with a white noise sweep. Turn the auto pan filter off for these ones as well. And bring this automation in. Super basic, super simple.
We made it again. Whole lot of mob shit.
Put one here as well.
Everywhere.
One here.
We made it again. Whole lot of mob shit. Whole lot
save the project. Always save the project. No matter how deep into it you are, always save the project. Okay, this is a pretty good point now. We've got the intro, the rap part is pretty much done. Buildup could use some more synths and stuff brought over from the drop, but yeah, this is a good point right now.